The 46th Annual Arts and Apples Festival took place in Rochester Municipal Park during the second weekend of September. An estimated 200,000 visitors attended the event, enjoying a wide variety of art, food, and entertainment. The festival is the main fundraiser for the Paint Creek Center for the Arts, located in downtown Rochester. At an event held the Thursday before the festival at the Rochester Community House, VIPs gathered to kick off the festivities. The center's board vice president, Lauren Menino, told us he was there at the very first festival held more than 4 decades ago.
My claim to fame is I was at the first one 40-some years ago. I'm not 44 years ago. My godmother was the art teacher at the high school here, and she called me up and said, "Get down here." And so I've actually been around it from the beginning. It started out as an every other year event, and it was started about the same time that we acquired the Paint Creek Center, the building, and then they moved it about 20 years ago, I think, to an every year event, and it's always this weekend in September. And it's one of the top fine art festivals in the United States now. It's in the top 20.
He told us that after 40 years, the festival has become part of the fabric of the community.
I mean, I think in some ways it's been around so long that they're really used to it. I'm not sure that they always realize how many people we bring into the city from outside the city, you know, who get a chance to see how beautiful Rochester and Rochester Hills are. And they come from a wide area of southeast Michigan and even outside of Michigan.
The festival is the center, and the center is the festival. It's our biggest fundraiser. It is our biggest moneymaker for the year. So, and a lot of people don't realize that Art and Apples is Paint Creek Center for the Arts. So, I certainly hope that there's more recognition of that every year.
This year's presenting sponsor was Talmer Bank and Trust, who opened a branch in downtown Rochester in June of 2011. Managing Director Pat Bodkin told us why she feels it was important to help make this year's event possible.
We purchased the former Community Central branch in Rochester Hills up at Tinkin Road, and then we opened the one down at the corner of University of Maine in downtown Rochester. So we have 2 locations, and we're just really proud to be part of this community. I've lived here for over 30 years, and so this is an important part of my life, and I feel it's a great privilege to be able to both live and work in this community.
More than 290 artists were scattered throughout the park, offering work in virtually every medium imaginable. Many of them have been returning to Rochester every year for several years. Amy Sitko of Houghton Lake displays her work in 30 art shows across the country throughout the year, but told us Art and Apples stands out for several reasons.
Well, the size of it, for one, is just clearly impressive. There's so much here to see. Every medium you could ever imagine, anything you could possibly want, you're going to find it here. Also, the venue, the park is absolutely gorgeous. Paint Creek Center for the Arts, which is, you know, the place that organizes this, fantastic to work with. They're very artist-friendly. It's just great.
It's a pretty good following here, and a very artsy community. That's what I like about it. They're really here to support their actual community and making sure that the arts continue to grow too as well. So, and that's what I like about it, is that people actually come out and they support it too. Like a large variety. So you'll have sculptures here, you'll have photographers, you'll have paintings. And my work, I try to bring something that you can all relate to. Couples, love, jazz, sports, a little mixture of family.
Park is gorgeous. Park is large, and there's plenty of room for everybody. It never feels crowded or like you have to hurry up and get people through. There's always plenty of room.
Talk about the work we see behind you.
The work that you see behind me is mainly from Detroit, very local. I'm an urbexer, so I like to go into buildings and take photographs of things that are no longer there, buildings that used to be and have been sadly dismissed. But there's still beauty in finding things that are empty. It doesn't make sense, but that's how I feel, yeah.
On Saturday, aspiring bakers took part in the annual Apple Pie and Dessert Bake-Off. Several judges were faced with the task of sampling the entries, including Jason Carr and Taryn Asher from Fox 2.
I think it comes down to the perfect blend of flavors. I like when you have a little sweet in there, and you know, with the caramel and the nuts and.
Oh, so you like the special? I'm more of a traditionalist. You know, just give me a good, solid apple pie, and I'm happy.
So yeah, we do disagree a little bit about our favorite desserts. But no, we're looking forward to it. We love this event. It's a lot of fun and a lot of great people. So we're happy to be back for year number 2.
After the votes were tabulated and a unanimous decision was made, it was announced that Rochester's own Diane Young was the winner of this year's Apple Pie Bake-Off. She shared her secret to success.
I think they like the pie warm if possible, and they like a basic apple pie. They don't want a lot of fancy herbs and spices and things like that. They like a good old-fashioned American apple pie.
What are the key ingredients to your pie, if you would be willing to disclose that?
I have no problem disclosing. I use several different apples. I like to use a nice tart apple and a slightly sweeter apple, as well as your basic cinnamon and sugar, and this year I added a little allspice in it. So I have no problem sharing the recipe.
When did you make it and how long did it take?
I'm embarrassed to say I made it late last night because I'm obviously a volunteer, so I was working until late last night, and it literally took me less than a half hour to make. So, but I did decorate it very pretty. So.
In downtown Rochester, this is Joe Johnson reporting for CMN TV Channel 18 News.